After more than 20 years in this profession, I've been present at thousands of scenes. But there are days when everything seems arranged to test the limits of both humans and machines. 3 consecutive scenes, 3 different problems, and each time, it all begins with the sound of steel cables tightening under tens of thousands of pounds of force. The first rescue brought us to the scene of an overturned tractor weighing over 70,000 pounds, lying tilted along the roadside. The trailer carrying beer had burst open, crates scattered everywhere, many broken, making the road surface dangerously slippery. So before lifting the vehicle, the first task was to clear the scene. A crane was brought in to collect and move the broken beer crates onto a waste truck, reopening a safe surface to prevent load slippage when force is applied. Once the ground was stabilized, 2 rotators of over 100,000 pounds were deployed. Heavy chains and steel cables were attached to structural load points on the chassis, forming a balanced pulling system. The strategy here was not brute force, but evenly distributing the load between the 2 cranes, each controlling about 35,000 pounds of pulling force, because if one side pulled even a few inches faster, the entire mass of steel could twist and roll over again. When the engines began taking load, the vehicle lifted extremely slowly, almost imperceptibly, yet the force was being distributed precisely through every cable. Inch by inch, the semi-truck gradually returned to an upright position. When the wheels touched the ground and the load stabilized, the rescue was truly complete. It was the result of securing a safe working surface, balancing force accurately, and lifting slowly to control the vehicle's center of gravity. A situation that kept everyone on edge every second. Just as we left the first scene, we received another call. A coal truck overturned on the roadside. The biggest difficulty this time wasn't the vehicle itself, but the load still inside. If lifted while still fully loaded, the coal could suddenly shift, spill out, and cause the truck to lose balance again. So the first step was not pulling immediately, but reducing the load. After unloading to a safer level, the team began rigging, threading cables, attaching slings and chains, and calculating anchor point. Members continuously adjusted the cable positions, added chains to load-bearing points, and fine-tuned the pulling angles of the 2 cranes, lifting gradually to create space and position the rigging correctly.
It's going to. I just don't know. We're probably not. That's as far as we're going to get. An air ride steer.
Once everything was ready, both cranes began taking load slowly, maintaining even and stable tension across every line. Each command was executed precisely, allowing near-perfect coordination. The combination of lifting force and controlled restraint at each angle helped the tractor and trailer return upright smoothly and safely. We were satisfied, as the process went quite smoothly. This was also the first time we used two rotators simultaneously, and the result was very effective, allowing more flexible positioning and easier side reach. In situations like this, success does not come from how hard you pull, but from knowing when to reduce load, how to control the direction of force, and not letting the vehicle resist the recovery process itself. The final operation of the day was a heart-stopping rescue on a slope in Beverly Hills. A Hyundai excavator was stranded precariously in a narrow alley, with its hydraulics locked, leaving the bucket suspended mid-air and causing a dangerous imbalance in the center of gravity. With no room to position ideally, we had no choice but to first pull it out of the danger zone, then move it into a more controllable area. The rotator flipper moved in inch by inch. Heavy-duty chains and steel cables rated for tens of thousands of pounds were attached to load-bearing points on the frame and track. The goal was not to lift immediately, but to drag the excavator inch by inch across soft ground into the safe working range of the 42-foot boom.
This dirt is very soft, which also works in our favor.
Once in a better position, we added wide straps and stabilizing lines to begin the uprighting process. This was the most critical stage, lifting while controlling the direction of movement to prevent the machine from flipping over or sliding backward down the slope. At around a 45-degree angle, the load increased sharply as the center of gravity shifted. The entire team had to proceed extremely slowly, maintaining even load and continuously checking anchor points.
Attention on the oxide so it won't come to you. Maybe start rolling. You're doing great.
Yeah, it's gonna keep sliding anyways.
Finally, the excavator returned to an upright position, but only after restoring hydraulic pressure and lowering the bucket to the ground, creating a stable three-point contact with the tracks, was the operation truly complete. The success of this situation did not come from brute strength, but from a step-by-step strategy and precise load control.
Just like that. We are out of here.
The scene will be cleared, and traffic will flow again as if nothing ever happened. But the limits we face do not disappear. Each rescue is a reminder that strength alone is not enough. Only precision, patience, and clarity can keep everything from slipping out of control. And in the end, what remains is not just the machines that were recovered, but how humans learn not to collapse under pressures that the naked eye cannot even see.